Oh, that's my Thanksgiving header. There you go. All right, you saw the header? Okay, cool. Hey, it's Tuesday, and that means it's time for Comic Book School Live. Today's Tuesday, November 23rd, which means that this is Thanksgiving week. This is a time for reflection and gratitude, a time of coffee and contemplation, and of course, a time for the full contact sport of Black Friday, where we show appreciation of our fellow humans by throwing punches in a mosh pit at Walmart to get a discounted coffee maker. In today's episode, we'll be discussing things that we're thankful for. We'll also be catching up on some recent activities in comic book school, so stay tuned for our Check This Out segment and other important announcements. If you're a first time creator hoping to get your first exposure to comics publishing, a rising talent building your audience, or just an old grizzled Plero like me, you're in the right place. We welcome you to Comic Book School, where we talk about the craft and business of making comics. And we bring this from all kinds of perspectives, including my wonderful personal friend and temporary co host, three-time Emmy Award winning screenwriter and all around nice guy, Mike Fasolo. Mike, I love that you joined the show muted, and I think it would be, I'd be thankful if, there you
That
go. I'd
is
be thankful. This is our gratitude episode, Mike. We're going to be covering things we're grateful for. We'll be talking about Disney Plus. I say that with a little cringy face.
why you
Uh,
shouldn't do that.
I have to tell you, I'm a little cringy. Where are you? I'm dialing in from icy cold New Jersey. Where are you dialing in from, Mike?
I'm dialing in from sunny California, but not Hollywood.
Not
Not
isn't all
Hollywood.
of California Hollywood, like
It,
from the
it,
top to the
it
bottom?
people think like that, yes, but
I
and they also think that Hollywood, because when you see it in the movies, Hollywood seems like very nice and uppity and a great place to be. Hollywood is
hmm.
is really not the place you want to hang around at night.
In-N-Out Burger worth the flight? True or false?
True,
True.
true,
Yeah. I'm
absolutely true.
I will tell you that. What did you take me for the gorilla burger? What is that?
Animal
Animal
style.
burger, animal style. I have to tell you that is as much as you want it to be like, oh, this is a huge disappointment. It is not a disappointment. It is truly the greatest burger on the planet.
Yes, and there's one walking distance from my house, which is why I got so fat.
That's true. I don't mean that it's true you're fat. I mean that it's true that it's walking distance from your house. Anyway, Mike, I am grateful for so many things, and I know you are as well. I have created a little list that's about 200 pages. I'll read all of it for you tonight of things that I'm grateful for.
Can I
Did
just
you?
pick one that I'm grateful for?
Yeah. Do you want to just go first and then just nod with mine?
Yes, that's
This way, you're off the hook and you don't have to listen anymore.
yeah.
All right, good. It seems like the comments are flying in. It looks like we have our somebody already commented on you lip syncing tonight. Thank you, Vince. Mary M is here and Rob Anderson's here. So, Mike, what do you? I bet you're grateful for your fans here,
Oh,
right?
I'm grateful for all my fans, and I'm also here's a good one for you, bud. I'm grateful to be able to read, so I can read comics and everything readable.
I'm
There, how's that?
that felt rather existential. It,
Yeah, sometimes you got to go existential.
yeah, and I'm
Plus, it's
thankful.
easy, and I didn't have to think too hard about what I'm grateful for, so that gets me off the hook.
Yeah, so I sent Mike the show to prepare the night before, and then a few hours before, I'm like, "You're ready, right?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm ready."
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I'm just walking to the burger place and coming
Walking
back.
in and out burger. I got to get my double double, animal style.
Got your double double. Well, Mike, I'm grateful for a couple things. I actually wrote them down.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I know. So number one, first thing, I'm thankful for the entire comic book school staff, our creators, and our community helped her put out our second, not just first, our second anthology. And not only did they create a beautiful comic book product with stories and fan fiction, they kept it at the low, low price of free. And
Oh, that's
yeah,
nice.
but you know what? I'm grateful because they take this seriously and they're looking to do what they need to do to step up their career. And I hope all the people who are listening are looking forward to contributing to our next anthology. Ask when that will be, Mike.
Bud, when will the next anthology be?
We're going to start preparing in January. We welcome established creators. We welcome brand new, never before been published creators. Whether or not you know how to write or draw, we will help you to level up and get published.
I'd also like to say that I'm grateful for free things. Like
I
some of my favorite things ever.
right, you are grateful for free things. There was a
I,
time when we worked at Wizard, and I'm pretty sure the only clothes in your drawer were free T-shirts.
yeah, there's only a handful of shirts that I have that I've paid for myself, but mostly everything else was free.
Well, I will endeavor to see if I can get you some new free clothes. Don't you have a comic book school shirt
I do
somewhere?
not, and
You
I've been a
don't.
little upset that I haven't
You
gotten
don't
one.
have one?
No,
Hmm.
Christmas present.
Is that the subtle hint? All right. I'm grateful and thankful for the comic book leadership team, including Aaron Denali, Ari Rubin, Rob Anderson, Chris Burgos, and Dennis Knight for providing me with wise counsel here at the Comic Book School. And of course, to Jared Elvin, who creates many of the graphics that we use here at Comic Book School to make this show look as sparkly awesome as it does.
That's
That's
good.
it. It was just a nod. It was like
It was just a
Christmas.
nod.
I
Well,
need a
I was
shirt.
gonna I was gonna comment on your um, that check it out graphic that you put up. That they are probably not grateful that you did that.
No, I'm pretty sure that Aaron dies inside a little bit every time that's aired. So, but you know what? I'm thinking that from the conversation that's going on, we're going to start to see a refresh of Comic Book School, including our header images, so people can look forward to that. So our loyal fans have something to look forward to. We got a thumbs up somewhere, Mike.
Some
I'm pretty sure
I
that
don't
that's
see
a.
it.
I.
Where?
It looks like there's right there. Jared Elvin gave us a thumbs up. That means he liked that his name was mentioned. So,
Oh,
hmm.
hi, Jared.
Hey, Jared. He's from Australia.
Oh,
Yeah.
down
Um,
under. Did you like that? That was a
That w
good.
no, that wasn't that good.
No,
But
really?
no, it's not that good.
Oh,
But
that was one of my
try
best
something else.
ones.
Say shrimp on the Barbie or something.
Shrimp on the bobby. That wasn't a good one.
All right. Well, Jared will have to give us either a thumbs up or a thumbs down. That's why I don't do accents anymore, Mike. I recognize that we think we're good, and turns out
It sounds
maybe
really good in my head.
it does. It sounds dead on. But in your head, doesn't your voice always sound deeper?
In my head, my voice sounds awesome. In real life, it does not sound
I know. I'm
awesome.
like, I gotta, yeah, got my radio voice on. People are like, you sound like a Mouseketeer. All right, so I'm also grateful. I'm also grateful to the New York Comic Con, who opened their doors to us, gave us multiple panels this year, and helped us to reconnect with people. I didn't say it enough during the event, Mike, um, but it was really it was just so great to be back. I get a little chill thinking about it because, like, after being inside for so long, seeing people was so existentially fulfilling. Like it really was meaningful, and I'm grateful to Chris Delando and Mike Megan who helped us to get back on the stage and get back into Artist Alley. And I look forward to getting back there at Comic Con.
Well, you love Comic Con.
I do. Erin
You
gave
love
you a
people.
comment. She said that you were great. She said
Oh,
you're yeah.
thanks. Thank you. See, that was a terrible one too.
I don't see any more thumbs up from Jared. I'm wondering
Jared
what's
is dying a little inside.
he just tuned out. He was like, forget it. Even from across the planet, this isn't worth it. And Mike and I think you would also know my beautiful wife for tolerating this lifelong passion. My kids who put up with comics everywhere, and my parents supporting me for my childhood to get me to be a lifelong comic book fan. So I'm very grateful to those actual humans. Everyone else
Wow,
was made up. All the other names prior to that, those aren't in
very
none of
nice.
them.
You went deep on that one.
I
That's like a
did.
real grateful list.
I know. I felt a little bit of the feels when I was writing it
Oh,
today
see,
too.
that's nice.
I felt the
That's nice.
feels. Oh, Jared just said, hold on, let's see. Can how do we display Jared's quote? We don't, so he doesn't have Thanksgiving here. He's grateful to be a part of comic book school. All right. Also creator and the accents were amazing. Do more. All right. You have a fan. You absolutely have a fan.
Crikey!
Craig, is that Australian or is that
I
British?
think so. That's Australian.
Is it?
The
Crikey.
crocodile hunter used to say it all the time.
Oh, did he? Oh, all right.
Yeah,
All right.
crikey.
So, Mike, I have a little bone to pick
Uh oh.
with Disney Plus. Are you
Oh,
familiar?
okay. I know Disney Plus. I subscribe to it.
Do you
Big
actually
fan.
pay for it? Because you don't.
I do.
You get everything for free though.
I no for those streamers. I get nothing for free. So yes, that one I do pay for.
So I pay for it as well, and I thought the programming was good. It
Hmm.
was adequate. Um, I have a bone to pick in that Marvel is not putting some of their back catalog on there the way you see other companies. For example, Punisher movies, right? Like they have, where are the Punisher movies? They're not on Netflix. They're not tied into Netflix. I think it's time to put the Punisher movies on there.
Well, and I don't know this for a fact, but they could have some other producing company or uh, some other thing they teamed up with.
I pay 7.99 a month. I want everything.
Well, I know, but it's kind of like how Spider-Man at one point Fox had it, even though he's part of the Marvel universe. So it could have something to do with that.
Yeah, that sounds like a them problem, not a me problem.
You just want anything that has the Marvel name on it somewhere. You want it on
I,
Disney.
I now
You
Howard the
don't.
Duck.
You don't want to see this one
I
again.
not only have I seen Howard the Duck, I can tell you that it is a terrible, terrible film. But I will tell you there is one scene that is quite literally worth watching for the entire movie. The end credit. Can you see my YouTube, Mike?
I can, but your Howard the Duck graphic is in front of the screen.
Oh, all right, all right.
There it
Howard.
is.
There you go. So I have to tell you, it's a terrible, terrible movie, and it gets worse with time. The only thing at the end is really good is that clip with who's
Leah Thompson.
Leah Thompson. It's a Thomas Dolby song. I didn't, and it is incredibly catchy.
I don't remember it, but
It's
okay.
literally they just sing Howard the Duck over and over again.
Oh, okay.
But I feel like I want that to make it to the small screen, and of course I want this of all the things to make it to the screen. I want this to finally make it.
Oh,
This is the
it's,
Corman,
oh, it's
Roger Corman.
awful.
It
See
is
that one? They can't. There's no way they can do that one.
it is so bad that it makes Howard the Duck look competent. But I
Yeah.
feel like these are the kinds of things that I want in the from the Disney. They own Marvel. They should be getting these rights. What Disney wants, Disney gets. And I feel like the Punisher movies, the Fantastic Four movies, Howard the Duck, because they do have the other Fantastic Four movies on there.
I'm gonna guess that there's other production companies involved, and they just for some reason can't get the rights straightened out because everybody wants their piece of the pie. So if Marvel's like, oh hey, we'll take it, and you get you know 75%, they'll be like, no, we want 76%, and then they haggle over stupid things like that, and nobody is happy.
Okay. Well, I will have to go with what you're saying. I still would like to see it. By the way, I was going to show more of that clip, but my legal team advised me that I can only show a couple seconds of it
Exactly. See,
for
legal
journalistic
stuff.
purposes. It was is strictly for journalistic purposes. Not I wasn't impinging on the Howard the Duck song.
What you should do is write Marvel and or Disney a letter.
Firm letter.
Yes, a harshly worded letter. Dear Marvel,
I
my
will
name is Buddy Scalera.
I will compose a firm tweet. Hashtag petition or protest or whatever it is. I hope that our audience of millions go out there and start to petition Disney to add these to Disney Plus. Because honestly, watching it on VHS, which I do have it on VHS, I bought it at a con.
Do you have a VCR?
I still do. I keep it for things like that.
Wow,
I do.
that's crazy.
I know. So that's it. That's my bone to pick with Disney Plus. I pay 7.99 a month, and I expect it all.
Well, I guess you can expect it all. And I think the letter would be actually a good start.
I agree. So, Mike, other things that we have to cover today. I'm hoping that the audience is enjoying our off the cuff show, but I want them to know about this. If you recall, A. Rubin,
Hmm.
not one A is not good enough for Ari Rubin. It's A. Rubin. So he comes up higher in the telephone book. Um, in in this episode, Image Union and Poe creators, he interviewed the Poe creators, but we actually put the full 13-minute and 50-second video up there because the demand was high. People wanted to know what else they said. We showed 2 minutes, but if you go to our YouTube channel, the video is there in its entirety.
I didn't even know we had a YouTube channel.
True or false? Have you ever watched anything on our YouTube channel?
No, I have not.
True or false? Do you even subscribe to our newsletter?
Yes, I do.
Because I put you on it.
Because you put me on it.
All right. Now, I'm going to go and I'm going to show you a second thing. So, in addition to that, we had Gamal Hennessy on.
Uh-huh.
And you remember Gamal, right?
I
We
do.
had Gamal on. Gamal gave us a code, which I will put into the chat. It's CBS 2022. Maybe our engineers can do that for us. But if you decide that you want to take his classes, he's giving 20% off to anybody who uses that code. It's CBS 2022. I've already registered,
Yes,
and
so did I.
you did right. Like,
Yep.
hey, why not? 20% off is 20%, and they're only. It's not that expensive, only $20 a month. And I think it's actually cheaper if you pay the whole year. I think it's like
Yeah.
$16 a month. So 20% off of that is like, I don't know, like 50 cents or something. It's like $1 a month. It's actually probably a better value than Disney Plus,
He can
right?
talk to you about the Punisher movies.
He can. The Punisher movies are pretty great. I see the comments flowing in. I do. I actually have a VHS player. I still do have that VHS player. So the comments in there. Mike, another thing. I appeared. That's my smirking face on the
Which one
right.
are you?
I'm the smirky guy.
Okay.
I was interviewed on a high quality show. Incidentally, if you look, TechSmith has 78,700 subscribers. They lost about 500 the day that I showed up.
On
We,
here's only 218 views.
yeah,
They
they,
saw you and were like,
yeah,
nope, not
right. They have
watching that.
78,000 followers. On my episode, got just 218 views.
And they were
And,
all people that clicked on it accidentally.
and groups of unsubscribes. Anyway, Matt Pierce, who actually I used their software a lot. So they had me come on. We talked about visual storytelling, and actually, I was the guest on the show. So if people want to see that, they can go to the. God, they do. They have great graphics, Aaron. They have great graphics because they actually let the people do it. The graphic designers do it. They don't let me do it. But they did a great job, and they interviewed me for an hour. We talked a lot about comics and how to make comics and visual storytelling. So we're going to revive some of that for our upcoming episode because clearly nobody's seen it there
Ah,
with their 78,000
yeah, come on.
followers.
Anyone under 80,000 followers is like a nobody.
And Mike, I've made it easy for people to find this and all of the video appearances from Comic Book School. I added a playlist to our YouTube page. If you'd like to go check out our YouTube page, Mike, you can.
Oh,
But these are all of our appearances, our group appearances, and they're either here in the low level or here in an order playlist. So you can also see how they pop up here because it's part of a list, whatever. I don't want. I'm using all the big words. Um, but it makes it easy for you to see because we've made a lot of appearance from Comic Book School. AA Rubin has set us up for many, many appearances, and people have been saying, like, where do we find those? Now you can
yeah.
find them. I did some work on the YouTube channel.
And you did that all yourself.
I actually kind of did.
Nice. Well
Yeah.
done. I guess I'll have to go there one day and see what I can click on.
Yes, and yeah, it's actually worth checking out because each of our editors and many of our creators have appeared on as guests on the show to talk about the anthologies. So people that you sometimes will see in the audience or people that we'll talk about are appearing on these shows to talk about their experiences making comics. Mike,
Well, before I was the co-host, temporary co-host, I didn't even check anything out.
Mike, you're only here temporarily
Yeah, well, that's what I hear all the time.
until I find somebody
Until you
who
find
is
somebody
good.
somebody who actually knows what they're doing and is prepared.
Well, all right.
Doesn't
Well,
say things like "I'm grateful for being able to read."
you amuse me, so that in and of itself. So I wanted to talk about myself a little bit more. I know that that's a big surprise. So last week, I went to Marist College. They invited me to come speak. I spoke at two of their classes. There is a class on video game design, and I spoke to the next generation of video game designers at Marist College. You can see me all masked up there, my whiteboard there to the right, and of course I was giving the hashtag create with a picture of Stanley. That's a video game class. And then immediately we hustled over to the school library, where there is an honors program. If you're in honors program at Marist, you can enroll in a class called Comics and Graphic Novels. And oh, no, Comics and Graphic Narrative, where they talk about visual storytelling. And they had me come on and give hour, I don't know, 6 hour lecture. I don't know how long it was, at Marist College to the students. Incidentally, that's art by my good friend Pat Quinn, who is an illustrator for DC Comics. He made some art for me. But Mike, comics in college.
That's
They
awesome.
weren't there when we were in
I
college,
know.
were they?
I wish I'd been able to take a comics class in college. That would have been fantastic.
It would have been great. I mean, what's amazing is that they now have coursework. And
Yeah.
it's not just at like a specialty school, like School of Visual Arts or the Kubert School. Like literally, you can go to college now and take a real college course. This professor has a PhD in English literature and teaches this class. It's I want to go. I want to go back to school and take these classes.
I bet they would let you.
I bet they
You should
would.
audit it.
Hmm. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's where I've been appearing, and that brings us to the section that is scientifically proven, mathematically quantified to be the best part of the show, everybody's favorite part of the show. It is called check this out. Mike, people love when we talk about the things that we want them to check out. And in the spirit of the show, I know how every week you hunt high and low for the best thing for people to check it out. So I want you to go first.
Okay. You ready for this?
Yep.
This is a Green Lantern, Blackest Night. This is now, I don't know if you know much about Green Lantern, bud, but he's not just Green Lantern anymore. There's a whole spectrum of lanterns, the whole colors of the rainbow.
Wait, he's not Green Lantern anymore?
Well, I don't, he is. He's still Green Lantern, but there's more lanterns. There's many more lanterns. And this one, there is a Black Lantern, basically Death, who is taking over everything. And the Green Lanterns and all the other lanterns of the spectrum have to
How many colored lanterns are there?
7,
There's
colors of
seven.
the rainbow. Yeah.
There's
Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. 7.
indigo, like
Indigo.
blue,
Indigo is purplish.
purplish. Why don't
Purplish.
they call it purplish lantern then?
Maybe you should write them a letter as well. Dear
Right.
DC.
Purplish lantern. Hueish lantern. All right, so all the lanterns, and then there's a black lantern?
There's a Black Lantern, which basically is death. You put the Black Lantern ring on, and it kind of sucks your soul and kills you, and then you become kind of the bad guy, kind of like Walking Dead. A zombie bites you, you become a zombie. And this one, if a black ring lands on you, you become a Black Lantern and then fight all your friends.
Hmm.
It's actually really good, really good. Jeff Johns wrote it.
Oh, is he
Yeah,
there? I mean, you just looked behind
I
you.
did. I was looking
Is he
behind
there
me
with
because I
you?
thought he was here. Yeah.
You're like, "Jeff Johns wrote
No,
it."
Jeff, they don't want you on yet.
Well, I will check that out. I want to show you something. Since this episode's all about me and my ego has no bottom, I will say that um, years ago, and you remember this, right, Mike? I had published photo reference books,
Yes, I
and
do.
I can show this as long as I'd like.
You didn't
Um,
want me to pose for any, which I'm still disappointed at.
No, I didn't want you to pose for anything, but this book sold out, and I asked the publisher to put it back in print, and their answer was, "Well, it's sold out." And I said, "But isn't that an indicator that all the copies that you made have sold?" And they were like, "Right, but we're not sure if the next print run will sell out." So they just didn't make more. So these are actually relatively hard to come by. I see them sometimes on eBay for an increased value, but I did not know, and I believe I did not get a check for it, that they also did them. And I don't know
Oh,
what language this is actually.
that's Korean,
Is it?
Japanese. No,
You're just gonna
I'm just
guess?
Chinese,
I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know if anybody in our audience, Aaron, I believe Aaron actually speaks
Japanese.
Chinese? Aaron said it is Japanese. So
Eh,
anyway, they did a Japanese version of my books. I almost have never seen these anywhere, but that's tonight to check it out. I think it's kind of snazzy and nifty to have my book in Japanese. Of course, I doubt I got paid for it, but hey, at least the book sold out and they never made any more.
I don't have any. I don't have one of them either.
No. So that's it for our show, Mike. 30 minutes is up. That means that your ankle bracelet's going to start to buzz. You're going to have to get back inside. Thanks for joining me this week, Mike. And thank you to everyone who joins us every week, right?
Yes. Well, thanks for having me, bud, and thanks for everybody else to for the comments. Love the comments.
Love the comments. Mike apparently has an international fan. And
Yes.
Jared, thank you for
Crikey.
joining us. Crikey, because that never gets old to people from Australia. I said that really our main view of Australia is Chris Hemsworth and Crocodile
The
Dundee,
crocodile
and
hunter.
not
Yeah.
necessarily in that order. So, all right, Mike, hang out in the green room. I'm going to give my final thoughts.
All
Okay,
right. Bye.
I'll see you. So, whoop. Thank you guys for joining. I am sincerely grateful for you joining me here every week for this show. It's a lot of fun to be able to see your comments. And I really, listen, this is for me so much fun. It's a dream come true to be able to connect with people just like you, to be making comics. And I'm happy Thanksgiving, whatever you do, if it's a Friendsgiving, if it's a Thanksgiving, take a little time, wind down, really appreciate all that you've accomplished this year and start revving up for the holiday season. I will see you next Tuesday. I could do that wrap up a lot better next time, but I'll see you next Tuesday. Thanks so much, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. And I'm out.